About a week ago, I purchased this used 29-gallon Biocube, and the person that sold it to me told me that it needed replacement lights, and actually had given me the BioLife, or the Coral Life, actinic and daylight. Went to get in, replace the lights. This is the actinic. This thing is smoked. I thought that was kind of odd. I thought maybe it was years and years old compared to a new one. And when I got a little further, opened the hood, found out there's no fans. So obviously with power compacts, the fans keep the lights cool. With a fan, they can go a year to a year and a half, depending on how long you run the lights every day. Without a fan, you're talking a month, maybe 2 months before the lights dramatically shift from heat. So I also see that the LEDs are gone. Did some research. The BioLife, or excuse me, the BioLife, the Coral Life bulbs are okay for soft corals. The fans are $15 to $20 a piece. Found out the fans are 60 millimeter square, 0.08 amps. So I went on Amazon. Actually got three new fans for $11. But I also found that the power supply, so they use a transformer to drop the 120 down to 12 volts, and they use a rectifier with a filtering cap and then 4 diodes as a bridge rectifier to drop down and clean up the 120 that comes out of the actinic light, and they drop it down to 12 volts. The diodes, the rectifier diodes, were basically corroded. They're shot. The bottom of the board is shot. So in order to have fans in here, what I decided to do was I found out which diodes they are. They're the 1N4001, just a standard rectifier diode. So on Amazon you can get 50 of them for like $4. So I got I got diodes. I've got the fans. The transformer is broken loose. The board wasn't attached. So my goal is to clean up the board so that I can resolder to it, because there is a section of the board where the trace is actually lifted and gone. So I'm actually going to put the rectifier diodes on the bottom of the board, put this back together. If it works, because the fans work, or excuse me, the lights do work. The lights work, I just haven't run them because without a fan in there I don't want to overheat them. If this all works, then my goal is to silicone all this back in place, and it's not going to be pretty, but the silicone is going to keep it from conducting and hold it in place, because really this thing floating around in here and the transformer floating around in there, potentially a fire hazard. So I'm not worried about the LEDs right now. Later I might do a DIY strip of LEDs, or I might pull this whole thing out, and I've got some the black box Chinese LEDs that I might put in there. Not sure, because I don't think I really want to go back to SPS. I'm going to just probably focus on softies and mushrooms, zoos, and frog spawn. So that's what I'm getting ready to do. Clean this board up. I got a multimeter, check it. Put the diodes on the bottom side. Put the fans in. But yeah, the fans were gone, the screws were gone, so I don't know who did what to this board, but somebody had stripped a lot of the components out and just kind of left it. So that's my project. I'll be back in a couple minutes.